In this video, I'm gonna be scaring up 5 spooky cocktails that will help elevate your next ghoulish party. The best part about these drinks, for the most part, is that you probably have most of these ingredients laying around the house, and if not, they're readily available at your local liquor store. And before I get into these 5 drinks, please consider hitting that subscribe button as I put out new videos and shorts each week. The support means a lot. With that said, let's dive in. I want to start things off with the Witches Brew. This drink uses Empress Gin, Blue Curacao, and sparkling lemonade. When I combine these ingredients the right way, you end up with a beautifully layered cocktail that always impresses. Starting with a highball glass filled with ice, I'll be adding these ingredients directly into the glass. Measuring out 3 ounces of Empress Gin and pouring it directly into the glass. Next, pour in 3 ounces of sparkling lemonade. Lastly, and most importantly, measure out a ½ ounce of blue curacao and slowly pour it into the glass. You'll want to pour it slowly so the blue falls down to the bottom, separating the colors in the glass. And there you have it, the beautifully layered Witches Brew. Cheers. As prepared, this drink is a very gin-forward drink, but I would imagine I need to stir up the ingredients to get all that orange and lemon mixed up to the top. Let's try it now. Much better. Now you can taste that lemonade and that orange along with the gin. So if you make this drink, let your guests know to stir it all the way up. Obviously, when you stir it up, the layering won't be there, but it's gonna be a much more pleasant cocktail. All right, I'm gonna set this aside. On to the next. The Apple Cider Mimosa is just 2 simple ingredients. You have apple cider and some kind of sparkling wine. I'm sure most wouldn't consider this to be spooky, but it's definitely giving off some fall vibes. Additionally, you'll be rimming the glass with a mixture of sugar and cinnamon and an apple slice for garnish. To prep, I thinly slice an apple that I'll use for garnish. I'm also rimming the champagne flute with the apple and dipping it into a sugar and cinnamon blend that consists of 2 tablespoons of sugar to 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. Starting with the champagne flute, I'll be adding in these ingredients directly into the glass. There really isn't a wrong way to make this drink, so you can increase or decrease the amount of apple cider you use. I personally fill the glass up about 1/4 of the way up with apple cider. Next, I fill the glass the rest of the way up with sparkling wine. Lastly, I'm taking the apple slice I set aside from earlier and garnishing it on the rim like so. And there you have it, the Apple Cider Mimosa. Cheers. Definitely a good spin on a mimosa. You got that cinnamon sugar on the rim that really makes the apple cider pop. And of course, got the sparkling wine that gives it those bubbles. Either way, a well-balanced cocktail and a must try for the fall. All right, let me set this aside and on to the next. The next cocktail I'm gonna be making is a Black Widow. For this drink, you'll need a Blanco tequila, fresh squeezed lime juice, and agave nectar. I also muddle blackberries and basil leaves, as well as garnish with a blackberry and basil leaf. Additionally, you'll need a shaker set and a strainer set for this drink. And real quick, everything I use in my bar, as well as in these cocktails, are linked in my description, so don't hesitate to pick up any bar essentials you might need. Starting with the shaker, I'm muddling in 3 basil leaves and 2 blackberries directly in the shaker. Next, I add 2 ounces of Blanco tequila and pour it into the shaker. Next, I measure out 1 ounce of freshly squeezed lime juice and pour it into the shaker. Then I measure out 1 teaspoon of agave nectar and pour it into the shaker. Time to add ice and shake for about 10 to 15 seconds or until the shaker is well chilled. Now I double strain it into a stemless cocktail glass. And lastly, I garnish it with a basil leaf and blackberry like so. And there you have it, the Black Widow. Cheers. Immediately I could tell there's fresh muddled basil and fresh muddled blackberry. So if you're gonna make this drink, definitely don't skimp on the details. Additionally, it gives off the flavors of like a blackberry margarita, and I really like it. So this drink is probably my favorite so far out of all these drinks I'm making. All right, let me set this aside and make my next spooky drink. The next ghoulish cocktail is the Corpse Reviver No. 2. And this cocktail in itself is worthy to be consumed in any occasion. This drink uses an absinthe rinse. I have this atomizer filled with absinthe and I spray the glass. You'll need a gin, Lillet Blanc, some kind of orange liqueur. I personally enjoy using Cointreau, and fresh squeezed lemon juice. I've already fresh squeezed my lemons and I have it all in these little bottles. And additionally, I'm using a shaker set and a strainer for this cocktail. First, I'm rinsing the coupe glass with absinthe using this little atomizer. Next, I add equal parts to this drink. Add 3/4 of an ounce of gin into the shaker. Next, I'm adding 3/4 of an ounce of Lillet Blanc into the shaker. Next, add 3/4 of an ounce of orange liqueur. I'm personally using Cointreau. And lastly, I'm using 3/4 of an ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice that I've already squeezed and put into these small little bottles for easy pouring. Time to add in ice and shake for about 10 to 15 seconds or until the shaker is well chilled. And now I strain it into the coupe glass. And there you have it, the Corpse Reviver No. 2. Cheers. I really enjoy this drink and I love that subtle smell of absinthe I get on the glass. Additionally, this drink kind of reminds me of a gimlet. You have that gin and that lemon juice. There's that slight kick of citrus you get from that Cointreau. Either way, it's a fantastic drink and I highly recommend you at least try it once in your life. All right, time to set this drink aside and on to my last spooky cocktail. And now, the grand finale, inconveniently the easiest cocktail to make. We're going to make Death in the Afternoon, Hemingway's version. For this drink, you'll need absinthe and chilled champagne. Additionally, you'll need a chilled coupe glass as you're gonna make everything in the glass. The cool part about this cocktail is that when you put the absinthe in the glass and then you pour chilled champagne over it, you get this milky effect, which is pretty cool. Starting with a chilled coupe glass, I'll be measuring out 1.5 ounces of absinthe and pouring it directly into the glass. Next, I pour roughly 4.5 ounces of chilled champagne or sparkling wine until it turns a milky color. And there you have it, Death in the Afternoon, Hemingway's version. Cheers. I'm not gonna lie, that is a punch to the mouth. To really appreciate this drink, you have to love the taste of absinthe. I personally enjoy absinthe, but I love the subtle hint of absinthe. For instance, with the Corpse Reviver No. 2, I really enjoy that absinthe rinse, but 1.5 ounces of absinthe in a drink is a lot for me. Either way, it might be a winner and it might not be, but I still think it's worth a try because it's such an easy drink, and for Halloween, it's green. Either way, not every drink is gonna be a total slam dunk. So there you have it, 5 relatively easy cocktails to help you elevate your upcoming Halloween party. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you plan on using one of these cocktails. Let me know in the comments which one of these you plan to try before Halloween. And like I said at the beginning, please consider hitting that subscribe button as I put out new videos and shorts each week. And don't forget to share this video. The support means a ton. So until next time, cheers.